Well, I'm up here at Bill Morris's place, and we're waiting for Dan, Cool Blue Lights, to show up. And he's gotten delayed here today because of a breakdown. We've got a B&K 1077. This is my B&K 1077. Bill has two of his own, and on mine I put an exhaust fan on the back so that it pulls the heat off from the horizontal output tube, which is in there. Generates some heat when I had this in my shop. Some items have been sold since the last video, and here's a buyer for this already, and these are the items. His test equipment here is being sold, and we have a buyer for those. The speakers that were hanging on the wall, Bill's a fast worker. He's already got the building under construction here. So most of those speakers are going already. But we got a 15-inch, and I'm sure Dan would be interested in this. Clareville sign is still here. Senior volt ohmist is still here. 35 amp power supply is still here. A battery eliminator, I should say. Small icoscope, which is Bill's. This here is a, no, it's not a rectal probe. It's a zapper for checking gas in CRTs. It puts out a high voltage. It works with a vibrator action in the handle, and you adjust it with the knob there. And you use that to test arcing if you see blue glow in here, that means the tube is gassy. This is a 21 FBP 22 color CRT, used, I believe, from 1956 to 59 thereabouts. He's still got CRTs up here. Here is an interesting piece. This looks like a 7JP4 glass. I'll have to ask Bill about that one. Needs cleaning, but that certainly looks like a 7JP4. It's got a little flange here. That's probably where they melt the glass and close the neck. I'm going to have to ask him about that. It's interesting. Nice gas stove. Doesn't put any heat out up on the top here. This is cold, so it's not hurting this any. It's cold to the touch. So
this is so
take it, test it, or untest it.
Test it, yeah, test it. Please test it for our own curiosity. But I want you to take it.
Okay, I'm out. My tester's in the car, so I'll be right back.
Fine.
We'll give it a shot. Test tube is.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll try that and.
Okay, then just look around.
Bill, this looks like a 7JP4 glass.
Doesn't it?
Is it?
I don't know. I forget where it came from.
I'll bet you it's
part of a lot.
I'll bet you it's a shell from the factory of making 7JP4s, and judging from this here flange on the top, it's probably before they heated up the glass to close the end to put the socket on.
It's unique, isn't it?
I would say that see the thickness of that faceplate? Yeah. I'll bet you that's a 7JP4 glass.
I would agree with you. In fact, you've got a 7JP4 here, which is a dud. Did you look at this?
Looks like it's never been opened.
It's been opened. Dud 7JP4.
Oh.
Do you want to look at it?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it, yeah. Just curious, you know, it looks like this is probably the start of a 7JP4. That's my feeling. That's a little short, though. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. You know, that might have been... That looks a little bigger. I think it might be an 8... what was the next one? 8 JP4 or something like that? 8-inch.
We'd have to look it up.
Yeah. But I bet you this is a shelf room, and I don't think this is a... I don't think this is what you call a flower holder or anything like that. I think it's
No, it's not a vase.
No, it's I'll bet you that's the makings of a CRT before it became, you know, they put the phosphor in and they vacuum it and all that stuff, evacuate it. Yeah, that could be. The neck is about the same thickness.
Yeah, we'll just pick either one. I brought the B&K 465 this time. I've used in the past.
It's hard because there's no label on this tube at all.
Right, but that's what it is, though. Sometimes it's printed, you know, on the.
Yeah, it's so faint though. You can't if it is on there at all. You.
Well, we know it's an FJP. Oh, maybe. Oh, let's see.
How you making out here? How's she testing?
I'm not. I know I've had problems with this in the past. I should have brought my 467, but I got it broke. I can't get the filament to light. I know could be my tester, but we have another CRT tester here.
Do you have another CRT tester that would test this, Bill? I did have a CRT tester, but I think I sold it the last time.
Downstairs, the sensor.
For color?
Anyway, but I feel the fault is my tester. I've had this problem before.
Let me bring it up.
This solder connection was mended before. Now I just pulled it off. It's like, but I don't know if it's the filament or not. I'm on filament set, but I'm not getting any. And I don't want to start wiggling the socket. I'd rather try another.
We got a meter here. We can test the continuity of the CRT.
I'm sure it's fine. This has done this to me before.
Here. Let's use this one.
Yeah, let's use. I mean, I know mine has worked a bit, but now that's been mended in the past. Yep.
Let's use this.
Yeah,
one.
the old set cord. Does that have a tight?
Okay, let's use that.
I've tested these tubes with this before, so.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should.
You've got the 14 pin on here for the. Let's see that. Yeah. Here you go, right here.
Now we just got to.
Just fire this up.
Let's just reach it.
This hasn't been used in years.
It's too bad. I know this is a good test. I know my tester. I know this tester. We even updated it for the modern tubes.
It's probably got the. It's probably got a bad connection on that socket there.
I've had that happen before, but it hasn't.
Sometimes these pins have to be resoldered.
Have to be resoldered. I remember that. No, I've never used a Sencore, but it shouldn't be that difficult.
No, they're not hard to use. The question is, it's been sitting so long, I don't know if the electrolytics are going to be formed up again.
Let's just see if it lights for starters.
Yeah, you get the
now,
film.
I don't know what to set this, like the book is not. Oh, is the book?
What's the model of that?
It's a CR143.
No, I don't think that's mine. I don't think that's mine. That might be yours, Bill.
Set controls are shown. Set controls are shown.
Well, it's a 6.3 volt filament.
Right.
So you want to make sure it's on that anyways. And the rest of it, you might be able to wing it.
Okay. Let's just go.
You might be able to wing it. As long as you got it on 6.3 volts, you're okay.
I don't know screen voltage. I'm not too worried about that. Just leave it. Yeah, we'll just leave it.
It's all going to be low voltage anyway. It's not going to hurt it.
Line adjust, life test. Mine said set it to 40, so we'll just set the G1 at 40 there. All right, let's try this again. It's always a pain when you test equipment. I'm not going to go overboard with that. This helps. Okay, line adjust. 120. Okay. This doesn't have a. Are we lighting? It doesn't have a 6.3 versus. I think it has off, line adjust, short. It must only do 6.3.
Probably most 6 CRTs are 6.3 volts.
But how would you? Because it has no 6.3.
It hasn't got, no. Well,
But again,
Yeah.
it's not lighting, right? You have.
yeah, this is not.
Oh,
Yeah.
filament 6. Okay, duh.
Oh, okay. All right, I can't really see that.
I don't see any. I don't see anything. That makes two of us. Two of us here. Come on. No, I'm not getting any. Oh, mine works too. We don't have another one to test, obviously. This is a rare.
Your pins should be pin 1 and pin 14 on both the 7 JP4 and this color CRT here. As I recall, that's a 14 base pin tube.
14.
So 1 and 14, each side of the keyway should be your filaments. So if you're getting and resistance reading there, but I don't know if we got an ohmmeter up here or not.
I mean, this socket will fit on that?
Yeah, it's a 14 pin.
I got you.
6.3 volts, so you should be able to get.
Same, yeah.
You should be able to get the
Right,
difference. Of course, you got the deflection plates, but you should be able to,
At least light.
tell you if the tube is lighting, and if this lights,
Yeah, then we're somewhere. Well, yeah, I don't want to.
that should fit on there. At least I'm pretty sure it will.
Oh, I don't know. The keyway, yeah.
I thought that was a 14 pin tube. I could be wrong.
Oh, no, I think that's it. Ooh, I hate to push towards it. I can't.
I don't know the condition of this tube either, though.
Yeah, I can't tell. It doesn't seem to want to. It is the same.
It should be the
Don't
same.
force it. Yeah.
No. Unless there was a difference, but as I recall, those bases should be the same.
Oh, there's a pin here now. Jeez. Oh, these are loose. That's what that.
Yeah. Really need an ohmmeter to really tell. I don't think we. I've got my. I don't think the batteries are any good in this. This is my RCA volt ohmist, and with the bad eyesight, I can't tell.
I have a. This doesn't work.
Well, this one works if you can get some leads on it. This is my senior volt ohmist here. This will read it, but there's no leads. You have to get some leads for it. You can use that tester. Had to check and make sure I wasn't overparked out there. Oh, waiting for Dan to come. This is the laptop and goodies I want to give him. Now, let's go back upstairs. This TV here was my mom and dad's TV that we got in 1959, and we had it all the way up to 1965. CRT is weak, but does have some sentimental value, but cannot store it. So, alright, let's go upstairs here.
Well, I'm going to mend my tester here when I find the other socket.
Is this it?
Yeah, I'm getting 7 volts out of the tester here. 1 and 14, you're right. I tested here. I get 7 volts out of the Sencor. So you are right.
Well, if you can put it down here, it'd be easier on the carpet.
It might be, but
Careful, it's heavy.
yeah, that's all right. It's
You'll be able to see better.
So you're right. Here's our filament, but I'm not getting a reading. I'm not getting these silly meters.
Helps to turn it on, right?
No, it was over on. That's why I put a dot on this one. Yeah, reads okay. So, see if I test here, I'm not getting any.
No continuity?
Continuity here.
But it could be just, but that socket might have to be soldered because it feels loose.
Yeah,
Pins.
I can heat it with the iron. I'm going to mend my socket here that I pulled the wire off of, and we'll get back. But I do have I do on 1 and 14 here. That's where I was on AC. We do
Should get about 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, unloaded be about 7 volts. Yeah.
So this should light the tube. This should light the tube. But that's the problem we're having. The tube does not light. The tube does not light. Without going too. See, the tube does not light. The tube is not lighting. I'll try heating the pins, but they don't look cracked. They don't look cracked.
Sometimes you get a cold solder joint in there, you know.
They don't look. They don't look bad, terrible, but we can just heat them up with some solder and just see how it.
Usually those filaments don't go unless somebody put a overpowerful brightener on it or something, you know.
I'll do 2 things. I'll mend my tester, and so we gotta mend the test equipment first. That's yours is working. The Sencore is working. Mine works too. I was just a little rough with it because I wasn't getting any filament, and it had been mended once already. And one thing I did notice about the other tube here is that the key is a little different. This has like a short, narrow key. It may still be 1 and 14, like you said, but the color one has a wider.
That could be. Trying to go from memory, if the 7JP4 and the color picture tube has the same socket, but there's a possibility, even though they're both 14 pin, that this part is a little fatter on one than the other.
Right.
And it might take a different socket.